y'all are doing well today on this Friday. Trying to get you know what, y'all, let's go with like the green today. Let's go with the green. Yeah, we're going to do that. That's really cool. It got me a little bit in a shade I'm okay with. Yeah. Don't know if I like that. Nah. Go. I think just gonna keep it. Maybe look at this other light up here. Nah, we'll just keep it like that, y'all. I think that's pretty cool. We'll just kind of keep it kind of shaded like that a little bit. Let me turn on one more thing. See how that looks. Still in the shade, a little bit of light there. Let's see how that is. Yeah, I think we'll get that one off. Playing around, y'all. Give me a second here. Playing around with the lighting some. And we're gonna go with that. I think it looks pretty good. So, we'll go ahead and light our candle this morning. Hope y'all like that green. I like that green color myself. All right. Hey, good morning, Curdy. Doing good. How are you today? So y'all go ahead and come to a stopping point if you have anything going on right now. Just get somewhere safe so you can be comfortable for a few minutes. So you get ready to get started here. While you're doing that, I want to officially welcome you to the Daily Reader podcast on the Tony's Journey. Actually, it used to be the Tony's Journey YouTube channel. I changed the name about a month ago. I keep saying that, so I'm going to quit saying that. So, to change it to Tony Zamberlin YouTube channel. Just for my personal name. I might change it back. I haven't really decided yet, y'all. I don't know yet. I'm going to have to think about that. But I like Tony's Journey. I also like my personal name as well. So, not real sure. But nonetheless, we're here. We're live. So we meet on here daily, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. And we read from a daily reader, a book, or a devotional, and we learn tools and principles, including but not limited to prayer, meditation, and breath work that help us to stay more present and to live better lives. Excuse me. Oh, Lord. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to this channel for future updates and podcast episodes. Good deal, Crudy. Me too. Yeah, I worked kind of late last night, but unfortunately didn't do all that well for a Thursday. Probably one of the deadest Thursdays I've ever worked. So this weekend will be a lot better. I think today and tomorrow is going to be better. Definitely better days. So ready to get in here in a little while and probably have honestly going to have probably a pretty long day today. Maybe tomorrow as well. But yeah. What you got planned today? All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and we're going to get into gratitude this morning. I'm going to be think about what I'm grateful for here for a minute here. So I think today I'm gonna be grateful for my printer. Uh, I got a little smaller printer. It's not super small, but it's kind of like not really a huge printer, right? It's probably about this long, this big. It works perfect for my RV here. Matter of fact, I'll show you all real quick. This is my little printer. It's kind of like a little smaller one, like a little more compact printer. Definitely works perfect for here at my place. So curious what you're grateful for this morning. Go ahead and take a minute or so to think about it. Once you get something in mind, if you're cool with the whole world seeing it, go ahead and just drop it down below in the comment section. I'll give you a minute or so to do that, and we'll get ready to get into our guided relaxation process this morning. Okay. Let's get some nature sound on today. That's what I want to do today. Let's do that when y'all sound like we're at the beach. We're at the beach with some waves in the background, some birds in the background. So I'll do an open eye process today. So just pick something, a video that you want to focus on. I'm going to focus on my candle flame here. Just take some slow, deep breaths, breathing in your nose, out your mouth. And just for the time being, just let go of any regrets that you have about the past. Or any worries that you have about the future. And just be here now in this present moment. It's all the time we have, right? Nothing else really is real or exists except for the now. Each breath, feel yourself getting more and more relaxed. Continue breathing. While you're breathing, just notice the nature sounds in the background. Just go ahead and remove your attention from the candle flame, and now we're going to put your attention on the waves. Take a couple more breaths. And we're going to get into the ACA Serenity Prayer next. All right, so one more breath, y'all. Take it in deep as you can on the inhale through the nose. On the exhale, blow it out audibly, releasing any other tension you might be holding on to in the body. And inhale. And exhale, blow it all out. And prayer. God, Grant me the serenity to accept the people that I cannot change, courage to change one that I can, and the wisdom to know that one is me. Right. Bet you hadn't heard that prayer before, Crudy. It's a new one I added recently. Let me get some light on. I'll check. I see you sent some more messages, so get the light on in here, and we'll do that. All right. Now brighten it up a little bit, right? Brighten it up some in here today. I don't know, that light might be a little too much. I think it is a little too much, to be honest. It's glaring. For some reason, it's glaring, but then I got that shadow on my face if I don't use it. Let's see what this looks like. That really don't help a whole lot, but it's a little bit better than that other one, so we'll leave it on. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not liking that. It's a little too much. A little too much light coming in on the side right there. Yeah. Kind of weird how it's doing in the camera there. Let me try this one and see if that's going to change anything. And still kind of the same. It's all good. We got enough, so we're good. All right. All right, Curdy. Yeah, she's doing good. I went and seen her on Wednesday. Actually, went and visited her, brought her some stuff. She seemed to be in pretty good spirits. Memory seemed to be good as well, so that's a plus. All right. Here we go, y'all. So we're gonna get into our reading, y'all. This is actually today is gonna be the chapter called not the chapter. We are still in chapter 2 right now. The mechanism of letting go. This is actually the section called the mechanism of letting go. So here we go. It says letting go involves being aware of a feeling, letting it come up, staying with it, and letting it run its course without wanting to make it different or to do anything about it. Okay. Simply means to let the feeling be there and to focus on letting out the energy behind it. The first step is allow yourself to have the feeling without resisting it, venting it, fearing it, condemning it, or moralizing about it. It means to drop judgment and to just see that it is just a feeling. Technique is to be with the feeling and surrender all efforts to modify it in any way. Let go of wanting to resist the feeling. It is resistance that keeps the feeling going. When you give up resisting or trying to modify the feeling, it will shift to the next feeling and be accompanied by a lighter sensation. Feeling that is not resisted will disappear as the energy behind it dissipates. As you begin the process, you will notice that you have fear and guilt over having feelings. There will be resistance to feelings in general. To let feelings come up, it is easier to let go of the reaction to having the feeling in the first place. A fear itself is a prime example of this. Let go of the fear or guilt that you have about the feeling first, and then get into the feeling itself. When letting go, ignore all thoughts. Focus on the feeling itself, not on the thoughts. Thoughts are endless and self-reinforcing, and they only breed more thoughts. Thoughts are merely rationalizations of the mind trying to explain the presence of the feeling. The real reason for the feeling is the accumulated pressure behind the feeling that is forcing it to come up in the moment. The thoughts or external events are only an excuse made up by the mind. As we become more familiar with letting go, it will be noticed that all negative feelings are associated with our basic fear related to survival, and that all feelings are merely survival programs the mind believes are necessary. The letting go technique undoes the programs progressively. Through that process, the underlying motive behind the feelings becomes more and more apparent. To be surrendered means to have no strong emotion about a thing. It's okay if it happens, and it's okay if it doesn't. When we are free, there's a letting go of attachments. We can enjoy a thing, but we don't need it for our happiness. There is progressive diminishing of dependence on anything or anyone outside of ourselves. These principles are in accord with the basic teaching of the Buddha to avoid attachment to worldly phenomena, as well as the basic teaching of Jesus Christ to be in the world, but not of it. Sometimes we surrender a feeling and we notice that it returns or continues. This is because there is more of it yet to be surrendered. We have stuffed these feelings all of our lives, and there can be a lot of energy pushed down that needs to come up and be acknowledged. When surrendering occurs, there is an immediate lighter, happier feeling, almost like a high. By continuously letting go, it is possible to stay in that state of freedom. Feelings come and go, and eventually you realize that you are not your feelings, but the real you is merely witnessing them. You stop identifying with them. The you, observing and is aware of what is happening, always stays the same. As you become more and more aware of the changeless witness within, you begin to identify with the level of consciousness. You begin progressively, primarily, the witness rather than the experiencer of phenomena. You get closer and closer to the real self and begin to see that you have been duped by your feelings all along. You thought that you were the victim of your feelings. Now you can see that they are not the truth about yourself. They are merely created by the ego, a collector of programs which the mind has mistakenly believed are necessary for survival. The results of letting go are deceptively quick and subtle, but the effects are very powerful. Often we have let go, but think that we haven't. It will be our friends who make us aware of the change. One reason for this phenomenon is that when something is fully surrendered, it disappears from consciousness. Now, because we never think of it, we don't realize that it is gone. This is commonplace phenomenon among people who are growing in consciousness. We are not aware of all the coal we have shoveled. We are always looking at the shovelful we are handling right now. We don't realize how much the pile has gone down. Often our friends and family are the first ones to notice. To keep track of progress, many people keep a chart of their gains. This helps to overcome the resistance that usually takes the form, "This isn't working." It's common for people who have made enormous gains to claim, "Just isn't working." We have to remind ourselves sometimes what we were like before we started this process. Resistance to letting go. Letting go of negative feelings is the undoing. Or actually, I got to go back here and highlight some stuff, y'all. Y'all bear with me here. Uh, let's see. All right, so next is going to be resistance to letting go. We got a few more minutes, so we'll go ahead and continue finish this chapter out, y'all. Tomorrow we'll be doing chapter 3, the anatomy of emotions. I'm looking forward to that one too. Resistance to letting go. Letting go of negative feelings is the undoing of the ego, which will be resistant at every turn. This may result in skepticism about the technique, forgetting to surrender, a sudden upsurge of escapism, or venting feelings by expressing and acting out. The solution is simply to keep on letting go of the feelings you have about the whole process. Let the resistance be there, but don't resist the resistance. You are free. You don't have to let go. Nobody is forcing you. Look at the fear behind the resistance. What are you afraid of regarding this process? Are you willing to let go of that? Keep letting go of every fear as it arises, and the resistance will resolve. Let's not forget that we are letting go of all the programs that have made us a slave and a victim for so long. These programs have blinded us to the truth of our real identity. The ego is losing ground and will try tricks and bluffs. Once we start letting go, its days are numbered and its power is diminishing. One of the tricks is to go unconscious about the technique itself, for instance, to decide suddenly that the mechanism of surrender isn't working. Things are still the same. It's confusing and too hard to remember and do. This is a sign of real progress. It means that the ego knows we have a knife with which to cut ourselves free, and it is losing ground. The ego is not our friend. Like Master Control in Tron 1982, it wants to keep us enslaved by its programs. Letting go is a natural ability. It is not something new or foreign. It is not an esoteric teaching or somebody else's idea of a belief system. We are merely utilizing our own nature to get freer and happier. When letting go, it's not helpful to think about the technique. It is better simply just to do it. Eventually, it will be seen as all thoughts are resistance. They are all images the mind has made to prevent us from experiencing what actually is. When we have been letting go for a while and have been experiencing what is really going on, we will laugh at our thoughts. Thoughts are fakes, absurd make-beliefs that obscure the truth. Let's see. Pursuing thoughts can keep us occupied endlessly. We will discover one day that we are right where we started. Thoughts are like goldfish in a bowl. The real self is like the water. Real self is the space between the thoughts, or more exactly, the field of silent awareness underneath all thoughts. We have had the experience of being totally absorbed in what we were doing when we scarcely noticed the passage of time. The mind was very quiet, and we were simply doing what we were doing without resistance or effort. We felt happy, maybe humming to ourselves. We functioned without stress. We were very relaxed, although busy. We suddenly realized that we were never needed all those thoughts after all. Thoughts are like bait to fish. If we bite them, we get caught. It's better to not bite at thoughts. We don't need them. Good stuff. Yeah, usually thoughts are just pointless, to be honest, y'all. A lot of y'all may not realize that, but when you meditate long enough, you do this relaxation process long enough, you'll come to realize that truth. Inside of us, but out of awareness, is the truth that I already know everything I need to know. This happens automatically. Paradoxically, one resistance to surrendering is due to the effectiveness of the technique. What happens is that we keep letting go when life is not going too well, and we are beset by unpleasant emotions. As we finally surrender our way out of all of it all, we stop letting go. This is a mistake, because as good as we may feel, there's usually more to it. Take advantage of the higher states and momentum of letting go. Keep on going because it will get better and better all the time. Letting go gains a certain momentum. It is easy to keep it going once it's started. The higher we feel, the easier it is to let go. And y'all, it's 30 minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and continue finishing this chapter like I missed yesterday. So I apologize, y'all. I'm going to give back to y'all and give y'all something in return for missing yesterday. So we're going to finish this chapter. The higher we feel, the easier it is to let go. That's a good time to reach down and let go of some things, suppressed or repressed garbage that we wouldn't want to tackle if we were in the dumps. There's always a feeling to be let go of and surrendered. When we are feeling good, the emotions are merely subtler. Sometimes you will be stuck with a particular feeling. Simply surrender to the feeling of being stuck. Just let it be there and don't resist it. It doesn't disappear. See if you can let go of the feeling in bits and pieces. Another block that may occur is the fear that we let go of a desire for something, we won't get it. It is often beneficial to look at commonly held beliefs and let go of them in the beginning, such as, we only deserve things through hard work, struggle, sacrifice, and effort. Suffering is beneficial and good for us. We don't get anything for nothing. Things that are very simple aren't worth much. Letting go of some of these psychological barriers to the technique itself will allow an enjoyment of its effortlessness and ease. That's it, y'all. I'm going to do a little highlighting here. Good stuff. All right, y'all. Looking forward to seeing y'all tomorrow, same time, 11:30 a.m. Y'all. And with that, that finishes us up for today. As always, y'all, go out there and make it a great day. Enjoy yourself, and just start looking for more emotions that come up, because they're going to come up, and just let go of them. Feel them fully, and then let them go. Take care, y'all. Peace and love.